Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is GB. Na mimi ndio Baraka mwenyewe. Normally hapa tungekuwa ni hi guys, my name is JB. Unafaa kuna Stephanie, but today I'm all alone and yes, in today's video I'm just here to remember or talk about how my life has changed since I met my beautiful wife Stephanie. And truly God has been really gracious and merciful to me personally as an individual. Because I was just a young man. I'm still a young man, but then I was still a young boy, trying to figure out how life is going to be. And all of a sudden, Mungu akatuma malaika wake kwa jina la Stephanie. So I'd like to start from the point where how I met my beautiful wife Stephanie. I was 1 year off. I just cleared campus the previous year, and I met this beautiful lady. I think we've spoken about that. There's a video we've spoken about how we met, and through our dating process, or through our dating years, because we actually dated for around between 4 and 5 years, and to be honest, my life has changed for the better because of just the involvement and interaction with my now wife Stephanie. One of the highlights that I have that are very crucial is when I moved away from home, because I remember after I met her 1 year later, I moved away from I moved out of my home where I used to stay with my parents. And for the next 4 years I dated her. I was actually living, I had already started life alone. And no sooner had I started life than Corona hit. And this was, I think, among the tests, one of the biggest tests of our relationship. And I remember it was this time where I was rendered jobless. And as most of you guys know, I run a business called Baraka Media, where I do graphic design, I do printing, and anything to do with media. So at this time, I'm rendered jobless, I'm living alone. The previous year, the December, my working laptop ilikuwa imeungua. So I had nothing to create a living out of. And I'm really thankful to God, because this whole scenario like showed me whom I had chosen as my girlfriend back then. Because to be honest and to be a sincere husband at the moment, my wife back then played a very huge role into me surviving throughout that season. Because when Corona started, we are living far off. We are living far off. We are very far away from each other. And at that time, kumetangaza tayari lockdown and stuff. I remember that time when the lockdown was being announced, she was in Nairobi, so she had to come back to Mombasa. And then here my parents are telling me, hey, kijana, we rudi nyumbani. So utalemewa kwa I'm like, hey, I'm not coming back home. And at that time, there is no means of income. I remember in the time I went and downloaded past papers like class 8, class 7, and I was selling to my friends who had siblings, because again shule zimefungwa. So I'm like, I'm selling you past papers so that your brothers can revise. I remember there's a friend of mine who bought 200 shillings. Those exams are 200 shillings in Scuba. So this time I'm living alone, no way to make money. And for me, it is an emotional journey at that time, because there are many days, if not all, many days I was surviving on 1 meal a day. And this 1 meal a day, ningekula saa 9. So that is saa 9 is between lunch time and supper. So nikikula saa 9 until the following day saa 9. And I remember most of these times um, my wife will visit me or would visit me na niletee tu a whole bag of shopping, sometimes even two. Like she has done like full house shopping, ameletea maziwa, sukari, mchele, unga. At that time I didn't have gas, I was using stove, and the time after taa, like she would just bring me things to keep me moving. Like the moment most of the times she'll be like, okay, I'll be coming on this day. So I'm like, okay, I'll come. But me, I'm like, hey, she's coming. Come on, we're back in a 50 bob. We'll eat that 50 bob, And then kufumbua, if she's knocking, I'm seeing her bags, bags or a bag of shopping, and I'm like, hey, God. I know these are not those things you will tell someone, yo, I'm suffering, or yo, I'm doing, like, this is how I'm faring on. And those are among the things that actually made me know or feel like, this was the right person for me. When things were good, when I was flourishing, when my career was just picking up, she was there. Hey, we could do this and that, some of these things, Now that I am in my lowest, I'm in my lowest, and she's still there, And in fact, it's not a matter of just being there, like she will sacrifice. I think that some of those things that alikuwa ameiba home. I'm not sure. I know she will spend most of her money wherever she got the money from. At that time, alas, I didn't even have the strength to ask at least pesa umetoa wapi. So at that time she would just bring stuff. Halafu anakuja tu home, anakuja anapanga kwa kitchen, like ameweka hapo nini yani, like the moment she leaves, like I'll be left there tearing up, like sincerely, like ningeacha tu hapo, niko tu hapo tu, I'm like, hey. So mimi kazi yangu ni kutafuta 20 bob ya maharagwe ya kukula mchele nayo following day. Unajua if kama ukimeletwa, but at that time milk was a luxury, milk hii sasa tunanunua hapa, tunapika sweet chai na. At that time umeletwa maziwa pakiti 2 ama 3, it was a luxury, my friends. So those are just those moments, and it was not a one-off or a 2-time or a 3-time thing. Like this happened like throughout until the moment we are now. I started getting off. I found means of now standing up on my own 2 feet. And I remember this time I had stayed for like around 4 months, just trying to figure out what am I going to do, because now there are no jobs, no one is employing. But in fact, people are being laid off, no one is employing. So I started off a business, a food business. And I remember I did my nanio here and there, my research hapa na pale nini, did 1 to 3 just to set off. And then I remember I started, and then the first week I nikauma losses sana. So I decided, let me go back home. And then I just go and rejuvenate. This was the first time I was going back home in like I don't know how many months. Even after being told come back home. This was the first time I was going back home, and nilikuwa nimekonda. You guys, I was so thin. I was very thin. I remember that time because at that time I believe there's a video in a YouTube channel that I have, that I used to record some of those moments there, talking about how I my business during Corona, blah blah blah. I was so thin, you guys. So I remember I went back home, and I was like, I've come back, and because we were living in the same locality, she was like, I can't visit tomorrow. So tomorrow, my parents are at home, my sisters are at home, and then she comes visiting. I'm seeing bags. I'm like, haya. Sasa mimi kokoto bado umeleta bags. So we go, because now nimetoka home, my room has been inherited. So there was a room that was free, it was the guest room. So we're there, and then I'm just seeing amenilia manguo, like amenilia jacket fulani hapo hivyo, and I love that till date. I have that jacket. Like I didn't kivanga, but I don't wear that jacket because navaa ni zile Sunday best. So sivai kanisani. But nile najua nikivaa hapa nimekuja kuwaua, So amekuja na hiyo jacket, and then kuna inaitwa nini ile pull neck, there's another trouser, alafu kuna shati nyingine hapo ya white, sijui black, trouser black. You guys. And I was being set to go and do some good business out there, although kazi yangu ilikuwa ni kupika chakula na kuuza chakula. So that is just how much my life has worked out and has changed during that period. And I remember it was such, you guys remember how Corona was? It was such a long period. Like there were ups and downs, and my girlfriend was there, my wife was there to pick me up. I remember there are times she could come visit, and then now namsindikiza mimi mwenyewe sina fare, nikimpeleka pale, like this is hapa ndo mwisho kwangu, like ananyoshia mkono, ananiambia shika hii wewe sukuma nayo live, ama anasema tu mpesa ting ting, you have received. I'm like what? So huku nimeachiwa matunanio some things, huku nimepewa some to mpesa, and I'm like hey. So when that time passes off, things started getting better. Corona inakuja inaisha, I get back on my feet slowly by slowly. I start picking myself up now. Kidogo I'm building a name here and there. Started making friends around the place where I live. So I'm getting people being interested in what I'm offering, and then even now I start my media business, because I'm also doing this one, and I'm also trying to pull this one up, because again it wasn't making as much sales that I would survive on fully. So I'm doing this, I'm doing this. So I remember I have gone through life, like each and every stage of my life since I became an independent young man, an independent man. My wife has always, like, she has seen me through in each and every stage. Like, let's say, like, she was there since I finished off campus till this point. So I'll be like sharing a desk with her, by the way, and thinking of moving to another house. We're like, oh, which house? We're like, let us go and see it first. So we go see, no, let's go look for another one. So such and such. So she has been there building me, encouraging me, and it is just a nice time right now, just thinking of how much things have changed for the better. And I remember there was this time, if I go back, I think it is just God sent, or she was God sent. And I remember, and I can attest to this, like from the moment I met my wife, I've never have eyes or had eyes for any other person. And that is just how amazing it has been. Because she will not give you a reason, you know. Yes, the normal quarrels will be there and everything. But when you remember the much that you have gone through, like in the span of time, like you guys have been dating and seeing each other, you're like, will I ever get someone like this? Will I ever create such memories with someone else? You get? I remember there's this moment. Okay, I think for me, I was really sure about her. I was very sure about her to the sense, or to the point in which, like a year after we have met, I'm still in my father's house, not church, home. I'm still living with my parents, and I was really planning on introducing her, like, to my parents. You guys, I don't even have a place of my own. We're still living with our parents, and my parents are like, bring her to morning. Of my mom already knew her, of course, but they wanted to sit with her, to get to know her. Funny enough, that never happened until 4-5 years later. Of course, they knew her. They will see her in pictures and stuff. So they're like, narafikia kwako vipi? And then life continues. So I'm really grateful to God, because when the Bible says everything happens for good, for true, everything has happened for good, because we have gone through ups and downs. We have gone through seasons of grief. We have gone through seasons of happiness, of having and not having. We have moved a lot, just learning and knowing each other. Because again, now after some years, we've come and we've gotten married. In fact, that whole preparation of now getting married or preparing a wedding has been just amazing. It has just been beautiful. And these are those moments where the pressure is so much. The pressure is intense, where now you have to start actually asking yourself, am I ready? Is this the right person? Kuna mtu mwingine ameweka, and I'm glad that we have gone through this journey together, and she has changed me for the better. because again, she has really helped me even in my spiritual journey, because even as much as I'm the leader, she sometimes challenged me, or she even challenges me, because sometimes you might think now, because you're the head of the house, you pray a lot, but you there's a video we've spoken about sometimes back. My wife prays. My wife prays. She's a prayer. She's not a prayer. Okay, she's a prayer answered in my life, but she prays. And I think I explained that in a video back there. You can go check it out. So sometimes I can see her praying, and I'm like, if she's praying in this situation, which I might see as small or as normal, like, isn't she doing? Isn't she going an extra mile? And I'll be like, how can I go an extra mile? Like, how can I remain to be the priest of this house? Like, how can I remain a step forward, or some steps forward, where now I'm able to lead without feeling like I am not doing it? Another area that probably will seem funny, or probably like, how? My wife has really changed me. She has helped me to know what cleanliness is all about. Right now, I'm not a clean freak, but I just love cleaning. I'm in love with clean spaces. I love cleaning. Like, kitambo kinaniambia sijui nini, cleaning, I wouldn't. I'm like, now what is that? But right now, I'm a clean freak. I'll find a place. I'll not even tell someone to do this. No, I'll be on it, like, clean. So I've really changed even in that aspect. Like, holistically, I've changed for the better. Even it comes to my business. My wife has been there telling me, like, yo, you need to do this. If you are not talking to this person, una mtu fulani amesema nini, ule mtu akona pesa yako, wewe umemshtua, amekati sana bana, wewe mpigie. Or hii kitu ni pesa ngapi? Kwa poa, unamcharge kidogo hivyo, ni muongezee pesa fulani. So she has even helped me to learn the ropes in matters pricing. She's not in my field of business, but her input, like, this is the moment that we know, like, you have a holistic kind of person, where she's not supposed, like, if I put her in my shoes and be like, okay, run in my shoes for this day, or walk in my shoes in this day, yes, she's going to stumble a lot. But now, being a helper and here advising me, like, you can do this here, you can do that, they are pushing me to some boundaries, and I'm like, hey, ningekuwa nafanya vitu zangu bado vilikuwa nafanya kitambo, then it would have been a different ball game at the moment. And one thing that I would like to tell my wife is, I love you so much, and I really do appreciate the much that you have done in my life, and you are an answered prayer. And hata kama nitasahau kuambia sometimes, refer to this video, please, baby. Understand that I am right now because of your input in the past year that we've been together, and even as we live together, I'm praying to God to help me to be the best and the most wonderful husband that you can have, the best dad to our children, and the best friend, because right now we are best friends. This is what tutachekanga sana, and I want to just continue being the best of the bestest of the friends that you have. And I really pray to God that God is going to give us a happy and wonderful marriage. And baby girl, I love you so much. Bye bye.